I swear on everything I love, my children, my mother, my own life, I did not know he was planning that. And I never gave him any reason to think that all 3 kids weren't his. But then he showed me the results. And that's when everything changed. 2 of the kids were confirmed to be his. But the oldest, our first child, was labeled not the biological child of John. Wow. Ooh, yeah, he knew something. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's doing well. Guys, we are back with another email. Oh man, this one was interesting. So the sister of someone who wrote a story into my channel, the original channel, guys, but they wrote it kind of recent. The sister of that person wrote me, and I was actually going to skip this one. I saw it, but I was like, oh, let me try to. I was trying to find something specific, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go in order. I'm glad I didn't skip this. I find this interesting, that this person wrote me, but Karma's a bee. Okay, let's see here. Subject: my sister's story was read on your channel. I'm hoping mine can be too. Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm reaching out because I'm honestly confused, a little embarrassed, and also hopeful that your channel still reads emails from people like me. My sister wrote in to you last summer. Her story was titled, I regret cheating on my ex-fiance. I remember when she told me she had written to some YouTuber who reads stories from men and women about relationships falling apart. I didn't think anything of it at first, but a few weeks later, she sent me the link to the video where you read her story. I listened to it from the beginning to end. I recognized every detail she shared because I lived through the aftermath of it with her. But now, when I click the link, it says the video doesn't exist. And the same thing happens when I try to click on your channel page. So I honestly wasn't sure whether you're still active or still reading emails from people who need to get things off their chest. I always remembered your email because you mentioned it in her video. But if you are, then I hope this reaches you, because I really do have a story worth telling. And if I'm being honest, I need someone neutral to hear me. Not my family, not my friends, and definitely not my soon-to-be ex-husband. Let me start from the part that ties into my sister, because that's how everything began unraveling for me. After her fiance canceled the wedding and completely ghosted her, which she deserved, and even she admits that now, my sister had a full mental breakdown. I am not exaggerating or being dramatic. I was the one who had to pick her up from her apartment after the police called me and told me she was found sitting on her kitchen floor crying, saying she didn't remember the last 2 days. She barely ate. She barely slept. She kept asking me if the video you read would make people think she was a monster, or if maybe her ex-fiance would see it and understand she wasn't the worst person in the world. Wow. Hey, I mean, listen, before I even read the emails and I put them out, I reply to everyone and I say, hey, I'm going to read your email. I'm going to do your story. You're sending it, you want me to read it, and I let you know I'm going to read it. Sometimes you reply, sometimes you don't. So, yeah. She ended up getting the care she needed, and I want to make that clear. She is stable now. She has a therapist. She started rebuilding her life. But the whole situation with her ex-fiance had a ripple effect I didn't expect. because the man who left her, and who had every reason to leave her, I admit that, stayed in contact with my husband. Oh, okay. That man, my sister's ex, became some sort of mentor to my husband, if that's what you want to call it. And on top of that, my husband started listening to these red pill podcasts and YouTube channels nonstop. Every time I walked into a room, he had something playing about female nature, paternity fraud statistics, men need to protect themselves, don't be naive, trust but verify, all that nonsense. At first, I didn't say anything because I figured it was just something he was entertaining himself with in the background. But then he started bringing things up in conversations. Little questions at first. Then comments about how women don't respect a man unless he puts his foot down. And then jokes, except they weren't jokes, about how women cheat way more than men think. Meanwhile, we had been married for almost 10 years at that point, with 3 children together, a family, a life, stability, or at least I thought. Of course, we weren't perfect. What couple is? Then one day, out of nowhere, my husband, John, comes home acting weird. Quiet, cold. I thought he had a bad day at work. Instead, 2 days later, he tells me he wants to talk. And that's when he tells me he had all 3 of our children paternity tested behind my back. I felt like the floor dropped from under me. My first reaction was anger, then confusion, then betrayal. Because who does something like that in secrecy unless they've already convinced themselves of the answer they want? He told me he wasn't trying to hurt me, that he had doubts, that he needed peace of mind, that he needed to be sure because he didn't want to be the one of those men. I swear on everything I love, my children, my mother, my own life, I did not know he was planning that, and I never gave him any reason to think that all 3 kids weren't his. But then he showed me the results, and that's when everything changed. 2 of the kids were confirmed to be his, but the oldest, our first child, was labeled not the biological child of John. Wow, wow, wow. Ooh, yeah, he knew something. I could not breathe. I felt my whole body temperature drop. I reread the documents 3 times. I checked if maybe it was a copy error, if the sample was mislabeled, something, anything. Because as God is my witness, I do not know how that is possible. I know this is part of the story where you probably shake your head. Yep, you know it. I'm shaking my head right now. There's no way possible, man. Okay. Because after reading my sister's story on your channel, I already know you get a lot of cheating confessions. And I know you probably hear this line all the time. I don't know how that's possible. But I need you to hear me when I say, I don't understand how that result makes sense. I didn't cheat on my husband in the beginning of our marriage. Not even close. I was young. We were broke. We were figuring life out together. I was committed, loyal, focused on building a family. The thought of stepping out on him back then wasn't even in my mind. I begged him to get a second test, to have the judge order one, to do anything except destroy our family based on one piece of paper. But his mind was already poisoned. Poisoned? His mind was already poisoned? He believed his friend. He believed those red pill influencers. He believed the worst case scenario instead of believing the woman he married. Now, I'm not going to lie about everything. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a saint. My sister told me honesty matters more than anything when talking to people. So here it is. After our third child was born, when we were going through financial difficulties, I stepped out. I'm not proud of it. I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed. And I wish I could erase that moment in time. Here's how it happened. There was this purse I really wanted. Nothing crazy, nothing luxury. But at that time, we were tightening our budget hard. My husband refused to buy it, said it was irresponsible, said we didn't have the money for extra nonsense. Meanwhile, I was working 2 part-time jobs, plus taking care of the house and all the kids. I felt invisible, like everything I wanted was automatically dismissed. There was this man, someone I met through a friend of a friend. He flirted with me, told me I deserved nice things. Oh, here we go. Told me I was beautiful. It felt innocent at first, just attention, compliments, escalated, and eventually one stupid decision became a physical affair. It didn't last long, and yes, I used protection every time. I ended it as soon as guilt consumed me. I blocked him. I never saw him again. I didn't get the purse. I didn't get anything out of it except regret. I thought it was behind me, but that affair happened years after our first child was born. It has nothing to do with the paternity results of our oldest. Wow. Ma'am, even let's say the paternity test is an error and that's actually his son. Your marriage is done. He needs to leave you, and he needs to know about this. He needs to know about this now. I know men in your story sometimes say women lie about timelines, but I'm telling you the truth. If my husband had caught me cheating back then, I would own that. If he caught you cheating. See that, guys? She's never going to tell him. I would understand his anger. I would understand him leaving. But this paternity result, it does not make sense. And he won't even consider the possibility that it's an error. I know DNA test errors are rare, but not impossible. The judge at our preliminary hearing said she would review my request for a second court-ordered test. But the look she gave me, I've seen that look before. A mixture of disbelief and here we go again. I hate that my sister's past choices have made people automatically assume I must be lying. Well, the family don't even believe you. It runs in their family. Meanwhile, my kids are hurting. I mean, they shouldn't believe you. The test results say that he's not the father. Meanwhile, my kids are hurting. They don't know why daddy doesn't live here anymore. They only see him on the weekends. My oldest, the one he believes isn't his, keeps asking if he did something wrong because daddy is always sad when he picks them up. Here's the heartbreaking part. John hasn't stopped being a father to any of them, including the oldest. He still takes all 3 to his mother's house on the weekends. He still pays for school things. He still plays with them, still reads to them, still tucks them in when they stay over. He still says, "I love you" to all 3 before dropping them back off. If you saw him with our kids, you would think nothing is wrong. But the moment they're not around, he turns cold again. Here's where I'll probably lose you, but I'm being honest, okay? I genuinely believe that most couples can get through cheating if they're willing to work through it. Oh my gosh. I don't think monogamy is natural for everyone. I think open marriages would actually fix a lot of problems if society was more accepting. Oh my gosh, ma'am. I thought you said you had a perfect family. You're ruining your family. Oh my gosh. I I think open marriages would actually fix a lot of problems if society was more accepting, because the expectations we put on people to only ever be attracted to one person forever feels like a prison sentence sometimes. No. You got it all wrong. It's so, of course you're going to be attracted to other people. That's just a normal thing. But if you are married to someone and you decided to have a monogamous relationship, a monogamous marriage, you respect them. You don't go pouncing on everybody you see or everybody that you're attracted to. You don't even do that when you're single. You can be attracted to someone and keep it moving. Now, do I wish my husband and I had ever openly discussed that? Yes. Do I think he would have even considered it? No. He's traditional, old school, and now he's hooked on red pill ideology, which makes everything harder. I'm sending this email because I genuinely do not know what will happen. I don't know if the judge will allow a second test. I don't know if my husband will fully divorce me. I don't know if there's any hope left. But if your channel still reads stories, I would like to come back and update you on how everything turned out. Whether it's divorce, whether the second test proves what I already know in my heart, whether our family breaks apart or somehow survives. If you're still out there, still reading these emails, then please let me know and get back with me, because this is my story and it's not quite finished yet. Wow. 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 Ma'am? Even if that paternity test had some type of error and your husband is the biological father of your oldest son, it doesn't even matter. You exposed yourself here. I mean, clearly you wanted to. You wrote this. You exposed yourself here. You're showing who you are. You cheated on your husband. Nonetheless, you're telling us, no, I never cheated on him in the beginning. That's really his son. Okay, let's say you're being honest about that. You cheated on him when he didn't buy you a freaking purse. Really, ma'am? And you're talking about it's impossible not to be attracted to everyone. It's impossible to not be attracted to other people while you're married. Duh. Okay. You can be in a relationship and be attracted to other people. Duh. That doesn't mean you go and pounce on them. Oh, I have to go do something with him and cheat on my husband because I'm attracted to him. I can't help it. No, you can be attracted to somebody and move the heck on. Ma'am, grow up. The divorce is going to happen. And you need to tell your husband the truth. Tell him that you cheated on him. Tell him the truth. Tell him you cheated on him. When he wouldn't buy you a purse, you cheated on him. Tell him that. I bet you won't. I know you won't. I bet you won't. Disgusting. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. It's on the screen, truestorynation@gmail.com. We'll catch you guys at the next one.